No, I have never talked to them. A while back, they put a editorial in the paper, and they said that their heart goes out to me and they wish me luck, and which I thought was nice. You know, like I said, when Jeff interviewed me in that documentary, what two wrongs don't make it right. You know, what happened to her and what happened to me. You know, I know her family wants closure. I want closure, and this district attorney wants closure. You know, so everybody can move on. And whenever they do arrest the right person or persons, I would like to just sit them down and ask them, you know, why? You know, why did you let me sit in prison for almost 20 years for something that you did? You know, I told that to Scott McNamara. I said, it's, you know, but I'm hoping that day will, you know, be sooner than later. You know. Well, when I got out, I think it was technology, like the computers and cell phones, and I had to go to computer school, and I remember my little niece showed me how to text, and after 2 years, I'm probably a text wizard now. You know, it's a lot of people text. I think it's kind of neat because you don't have to really talk to people; you just text to them, you know. So. But. And the change of where I grew up on Kavanaugh Road. You know, I remember driving home that November day in 2009 after I left Delmonico's, and I was just amazed at how the trees grew up and more residential and houses. And this building was tore down and put this building up. And a lot of my friends, their appearance changed. You know, they had a lot of gray hair and they looked a lot older. And you know, that's about it. That, you know, technology was the most, just like the technology with DNA, you know, that advanced, you know, it proved my innocence. You know, if we had the technology we had in 2008, they had that technology back in 1985, I would never serve a day in jail, but we didn't have that back then, so. Yeah. Me, I did a day at a time, and you gotta be strong-minded, strong heart. You can't, put it bluntly, you can't take no shit from nobody. You got to stand up for yourself. You know, it's just, I didn't, you know, it was more routine for me in there, and I just did day by day. You know, you always have somebody try you, but you got to fight for yourself and stick up for yourself. And you have friends that you hang out with, a group of guys, you know, you just get tight with, and you always watch each other's backs, you know. So.
I think it also helped that he was 6'3" and bench pressed 450 pounds.
It was 425.
I stand corrected.
I got close with a few guys, inmates in there. I told them my story. I didn't talk my case to a lot of people. I didn't really trust a lot of people. I did trust a few people that I hung out with. I did time with a guy for like 6-7 years, my workout partner. So I kind of like stayed to myself on that, my case. But I met some good COs too, staff and inmates. It's like anything else. Like a lot of times in prison, you're forced to live around people you hate. You have beef with somebody or you don't like this person, you got to live right on the gallery with them. There's a lot of tension, you know. That's a lot of stress you got to deal with. But after I was out a year, my first year out, I actually went back to Southport where I got out from, and I went and visited my old workout partner, you know. And it was hard for me to walk back in there, you know, and I told my mother went with me, and I says, I hope they don't try to keep me in here. It was nice to walk in and visit and then walk back out. And a lot of the staff came in and visited with me, and glad I was home. And, it was just, I met a few good people. You always get tight with a few guys, you know, they have your back, they got yours, you know, vice versa. So, to answer your question, yeah, I met a few good guys, yeah.